So the only thing we can do for them is record the session and hope that they will watch the recording because we are already late. Okay, so good morning, dear students. Before we begin, I would like to repeat again and again the online protocols for this session. The first is to avoid using your microphone to avoid interruptions in our discussion. Next is to listen, to participate, and to take down notes. And the last is to submit the requirements on time. Okay, the research process. As we have discussed in our previous lessons, research is a formal scientific investigation. And therefore, research follows a regimented or a strict format to follow when conducting it. So there's a first step, second step, until the last step. So that's the research process. The research process is deeply anchored to the scientific process also, wherein the problem, it starts with a problem and ends with a problem. Do you still remember our scientific method? I hope you do remember. So we'll have a short recap. Last time, what we did is share some scenarios, and based on the scenario, we determine the type of research according to its goal. So we have basic research for the purpose of discovery, and we have applied research for the purpose of solving problems, for the purpose of applying knowledge in the real life. So let's have our first activity. Who among you know or knows what is cocology? Alam niyo ba ang cocology? Ayo.
No, sir.
So, cocology is a game of self-discovery. Upon completing this activity, ayan, welcome to the lesson. Upon completing this activity, you might learn something new about yourself. So, are you ready to discover a new side to yourself that you do not yet know? So, we have here simple rules. Answer truthfully. Wala man itong points. So, wag nyo nang dayain ang sarili ninyo. So, what you think, then that's the answer. If you are not sure about the answer, pick the first thing that comes to your mind and do not overthink. So, are we satisfied with the instructions? Are you ready to begin? If yes, please do a thumbs up. Turn on your cameras for this short moment. Thumbs up or type yes in the chat box. Okay, hello dear students. Sige. So mag-ask ako ng volunteer kasi magbasa ito ng scenario. Okay? So ask natin si Silene Dayupay to read the following passages. Okay, here's the situation. Miss Silene, kindly read the scenario.
Every once in a while, it's nice to take a break from your busy schedule and experience the world of art firsthand. Some of us go to concerts or plays, some take up dance or a musical instrument. Others try their hand at crafts, and of course, there's always a trip to a museum.
Next. Padayon nagbasa.
You are standing in front of a painting at an art museum. Hands clasped, isn't it, sir?
Hands clasped behind your back.
Hand clasped behind your back. You try to take it in. When a total stranger comes up alongside you and says something to you, which of the following does the stranger say? Say they, sir.
Hey, thank you for your valiant effort. So the scenario is you are tired of everyday life and you want to unwind. So many of us have different ways of relaxation. And in the scenario, you went to an art museum and someone approaches you. So can you sige kaon lang padayon lang og kaon. So can you picture out the scenario? You're in an art museum looking at a painting or at a display and somebody asks you, someone approaches you. Yan ang scenario. Then what did that person tell you? You know, which of the following does the stranger say? So here are the choices. Either choose one among the following. Also, you may want to keep this as a secret or you can also share, but depende sa inyo. Okay, so if you're ready with your answer, once again, turn on your cameras and thumbs up. You may opt to share or you may opt to keep your response to yourself. Okay. Sir, hanggang type lang ako kasi lags. No problem. Are you ready? We are now going to reveal the key. Sige. We are going to reveal the key in 3, 2, 1. So, sa nag-answer ng number 1, ano gani yung number 1? Isn't that a beautiful picture? That means you are friendly. You create a great first impression. However, people may not take you seriously. And that's the downside of being very friendly. So, sino yung friendly dito? Ayun, no? Si Catriel, according to what she wrote on the chat box, it means she is friendly. Is this true? Miss Albores, are you friendly?
I don't think so, sir.
Alam na. But that's what it reveals. Your answer has revealed that you are friendly. So to those who answered number 1, that means you are friendly. However, being so friendly or too much of this attribute, people may not take you seriously. So minsan, medyo suplada din tayo konti. Huwag masyadong friendly. Okay, next. To those who answered number 2, what's number 2 again? What do you think of this painting? You are the type who likes to feel out the person's temperament before committing. So this means those who answered number 2, sila yung hindi nakikipag-close kaagad. They observe the traits of the other person before they try to commit themselves. So these type of people are kind of cautious. So sino kaya sa Mendel B ang cautious? Okay, I won't force you to reveal your answers. Again, let's proceed to the next one. Excuse me, but do you have the time? Number three, you look a little strange. It doesn't mean your face, but your actuations. You see, those who chose this answer are most likely those people who don't give a damn about the opinions of others about themselves. So even if others think that you are kind of crazy, you don't mind. Huh? Look at the highlighted portion. You don't place much importance on what others may think of you. So you live in your own world. Even if others think you are somewhat strange, you're not affected. So that's the interpretation of the third choice. Next is, ano yung number 4? You know, I happen to be a painter myself. Haha. Those who answered number 4 try too hard to be liked. So, kumbaga sa manliligaw pa, sobrang effort para mapansin ng nililigawan. But the harder you try, the worse impression you make. Therefore, ang solution sa'yo ay just loosen up and relax. Relax lang. Huwag masyadong abante. So what did you think about our activity? Did you learn something about yourself? Or did the answers accurately describe your personality? Okay, then good for you. Si Catriel talaga nag-type sa chat box. Nalaman tuloy natin lahat na friendly siya. Iyon, no? Okay, so meron pa tayong isang question. So the mechanics of the game is still the same. I still want you to read read the scenario, and first thing that comes to mind, yun kaagad. Wag nang mag-isip pa ng kung ano-ano pa. Anyway, hindi man ito recorded, and this is for your own entertainment. As you can see, we can learn while being entertained at the same time. Sige, let's proceed with the next question. May I ask, sino kayang i-ask natin? May I ask the friendliest person in Mendel B to read the situation?
Wow. When it comes to relaxing in the great outdoors, few activities have the perennial appeal as fishing. Every weekend, no matter the weather, dedicated anglers set off for their favorite spots, joined by curious first-timers in their pursuit for the day's catch. Not many pastimes can boast the number of different addicts that fishing has. What could be the secret of the allure? Hot.
The allure means, parang bakit sila nahuhumaling sa fishing? Yan ang allure. Okay, next. Continue.
You are out for a day of fishing when you get a strike. As you reel the fish up out of the water, it flashes on the line and smacks into you. What area of your body does the fish hit?
Okay, think of it for a few seconds. So here's the scenario. You go fishing, and one day when you are fishing, you caught some kind of a big fish or yung isda na malikot. And because of it, as you pull the fishing rod, the, the fish hits a part of your body. So which part of your body did the fish hit? So if you're ready, then once again, thumbs up. slap like on this channel now. Okay, ready na? Wa ko na igo kay pro man ko. Sana all pro. How about the others? Are you ready to reveal the key to this scenario? So the scenario is nag-fishing ka, and as you are fishing, you caught something big or some kind of an agile fish na pag hila mo sa fishing rod, the fish hits a part of your body. Okay. Nobody brave enough to type their answer in the chat box this time? Okay, let's proceed with the key. Revealing it 3, 2, 1. So the fish striking you symbolizes an attack on you. So, kumbaga, the fish is an insult. So the fish striking a part of your body is someone insulting a part of your body. And therefore, that part of your body is something that you are very conscious of. And it means you are insecure about this part of your body. Did it hit your face? Well, if it hit your face, then just try to appreciate God's creation since you are created in the image of the Lord. So what you needed to do is not to go to mga beauty center. You just have to smile. Next, is it your stomach? Well, that's also my problem. But the only solution is simple. Do not eat too much. How about your shoulder or your biceps? Then you just need to lift weights. Or is it ups? Let's not discuss about that. Okay, so so what do you think of our activity today? Is it accurate or what? Anyway, this is just a guide. You do not need to fully what do you call this? Fully believe the results of our activity. This is just a guide. Parang kuan ba? Zodiac, mga feng shui expert. Yeah, ito ay gabay lamang. Sige. So I hope you enjoyed our activity this morning. Okay, let's now proceed to our discussion proper. So did you like what we did today? So if you like what we did, then thumbs up sa ating camera. Also, everyone please paki-on mo na yung camera natin kasi nakalimutan ko magkuha ng documentation. Yari na naman tayo nito. Ilang ha? Ano lang ako, documentation lang tayo. You read. Ito. Please wait one more moment. I-save ko lang yung photo ha. Sige, you may now turn it off again. So research ethics, sino pa hindi makaget over sa kanilang discovery ngayong umaga? I'm curious what part of your body the fish hit, but I will not ask it on public. Mamaya na lang, i-PM kita. Sige, when we talk about ethics, it's about morality or pagka sinabing morality, good or bad na ito. good or evil, then this is something that you already know. We do not need to discuss it. So ano ba yung mga evil researches? Can you cite an example of evil research? There is research that is purely evil. Yeah, that's a violation of research ethics. Well, one example that I can share to you is the experiment on behaviorism. Sinong may idea ano ang behaviorism? One example of behaviorism is when you call your dog. At first, the dog doesn't know his name. But if you repeatedly call him and give him food, then the dog is programmed in his mind that every time you call his name, there's a reward, there's a food. So that's behaviorism. Ano pang isang example ng behaviorism? Let's say your dog is kind of annoying. So you slap your dog so that he will behave or she will behave. Therefore, the dog is programmed in his mind that every time he misbehaves, he will be punished. Ano pang isang example ng behaviorism? Mataas ang score mo sa exam. So, si sir, binigyan ka ng barnats. Yan. Behaviorism din yan. So, every time you score a you get a high score in the exam, your mind is accustomed that you will receive a reward. Pero kung medyo mababa yung score mo, pagtripan ka ni sir sa group chat. O, yan. Yan ang behaviorism. So, paano siya naging evil research? Na-discover kasi ang behaviorism or na-prove ang behaviorism by testing it on a toddler. What they did is they pinag-eksperimentuhan nila yung okay, I will just tell you the summary of their discussion no kasi mahaba yung ano eh. Pinag-eksperimentuhan yung bata and in the end, na-prove nila na totoo yung behaviorism. But at the cost of yung bata nagkaroon ng trauma. So that's in violation of research ethics. So research ethics governs the researchers and the respondents. So paano natin masabi na ang research ethics governs the researchers? An example of this is some researchers manipulate data. If the result of their experiment doesn't satisfy them, they manipulate the data in order for it to appear that it is successful. That is a violation of research ethics. What's another example of the violation of research ethics by researchers? Let's say the researchers didn't follow safety standards when they conducted their research. Yan, isa pa yung violation ng ethics. How about on part of the respondents? Well, harming of livestock according to the most friendly person, then I also agree with that. And the earlier example where we discussed the theory of behaviorism, yung bata na na-trauma, that is also a violation of research ethics on part of the protection of the respondents. Also, keeping the identities of your respondents hidden or what we say confidential, that is also in accordance to research ethics. So when we say research ethics, we are talking about the morality or the good or the evil. Yan. Yan ang research ethics. Okay, so we are going to look at a sample paper so we can uh, understand the research process. Kailang stop presenting. So here is my master's thesis. Can you see the manuscript?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have here introduction. Pagka sinabing introduction, it details describes briefly what your study is all about. So included in introduction, we have background of the study. The background of the study is a short uh, introduction, a short description of what your study is all about. Then after the background, we have the theoretical framework. Sama ni. Pagka sinabing theoretical framework, do you remember the cycle of basic and applied research? Wherein applied research becomes the foundation of basic research and basic research becomes the foundation for applied research. We look for a theoretical framework so that our study has a basis. Also known as paano mo nasabi. Yan. Yan ang theoretical framework. So, ang study ko kasi about, I want to know, I want to know if having good grades guarantee being good at your job. So, kung mataas ba ang grade mo, will you excel at your job in the workplace? So, I looked for a theory about this and I found a theory that says general cognitive ability is a direct predictor of job performance. Yan. So, according to him, ang mga matalino daw, yan o, general cognitive ability means they will also be a good worker. So, that's the theory. So, in order to test the theory, nagkandak ako ng research. So, conceptual framework, you contextualize this theory into your own study. So here you name your variables and you describe the relationship of the variables with each other. So here I am correlating GPA and job performance. And the factors that affect both of these are gender, age, course, and year graduated. Then what's the next step? Identify our problem. So these are the things that we want to know. We want to know the profile of the respondents. We want to know the level of their academic performance, then the level of their job performance. Then we will find if there's a relationship. Yeah. And after that, you make an educated guess. Yan, hypothesis. After that, you will, ayan na, review of related literature. When you are reviewing related literature, you read books, publications that are reliable. You do not base your research on blogs, on vlogs, on news, on comics. You must base your research on reliable sources such as journals, theses and dissertations, statistics from international organizations. Yan. Yan dapat ang basis mo. Kasi ang related literature and studies, it's just like an extension of your background of the study. So here you discuss thoroughly what your study is all about by using literature published by previous researchers. Then you proceed to your research design. Ayan. So ano daw yung design? Yan ang study ko. It's a descriptive correlational design. So can you still remember what's a descriptive research? Descriptive research studies the what? Sino pang makaalala? Di ba yung isa, experimental research? So descriptive research studies the relationship of variables, while experimental research studies the effects of variables on each other. Okay. So after you formulate your research design, you gather data. So ito na yung data gathering procedure. Then after you gather data, you apply statistics. You analyze your data. Proceed na tayo sa chapter 4. Yan. In chapter 4, here you slowly answer the research questions. Ano ba yung research questions? Sa chapter 1. So we have here, what's the profile of the respondents? What's the level of their academic performance? What's the level of their shipboard or job performance? And is there a significant relationship among the two? So sa chapter 4, dapat ma-answer mo yan ng mga questions. So yan o, number 1, respondent's profile. You have here the pie chart, male and female. The age group, yan, profile yan. The next question is level of academic performance. Ayan yung grade scale sa college. Oh. 1 yung very good, excellent pala. 5 naman yung 70. So their average grade is 2.22, nasa 83 sa high school pa. So that's the level of their academic performance. So proceed naman tayo sa next question. Ayan, level of shipboard or job performance. Ang tawag sa ganito is Likert scale. I think you have encountered this before. Kasi may mga survey na dati. So from a scale of 1 to 5, grade the performance of our salespersons, you know. And the last question is yung correlation. If there is a significant difference. Ano kaya sa tingin niyo yung naging result ng study? Meron bang relationship ang tawag dyan, ang job performance and ang grades? Kung intriga pag ining isa. Hindi tadyaman sa ayan. So, what do you think happened? Is there a significant relationship or is there walang relationship? Kasi kung may relationship yung job and grades, that means good grades, then good performance at work. Pagka walang relationship, kahit mataas man o mababa ang iyong grade sa school, doesn't mean na you will also be a good worker. So, moving forward, the results of our study, chapter 5 na, we are going to conclusion. So, ang conclusions natin still based sa statement of the problem, di ba? Kasi ang statement of the problem, what is the profile? What is the level of academic performance? What is the level of job or shipboard performance? And is there a significant relationship? Ayan na. The level of the relationship of academic and shipboard performance is very weak. Pagka sinabing very weak, hindi masyadong halata yung relationship nila. And this observed relationship is not significant. Therefore, sa study ko, walang walang effect or walang dating sa trabaho ang iyong grades. Yan. Then we proceed to conclusion. And as you can see, after the conclusion, recommendation. Ayan o, further studies be conducted. So, pagka ganyan, ibig sabihin, babalik na naman yung research. Another research will pick up this study and conduct more research regarding this topic. Kaya cyclical ang research kasi pabalik-balik lang sila. And so that's for our review of the research process. Okay, so let's proceed to the last part of our discussion, the online quiz. Okay, so this is the online quiz. I will send you the link in the chat box. So this quiz is an essay. A short essay lang. So, yung mga questions, try to reason out logically. Do not, wag nyo nang paikot-ikutin pa kung saan-saan. Go straight to the point with your... Kasi ako rin yung mahirapan mag-check kung... Alam niyo nung nag-check ako ng mga poem ninyo nung week 1, sumakit yung brains ko. May nakita pa akong mga concernment at saka mga kuan. Kaya, diretsoin nyo na yung answer para hindi na tayo mahirapan parehas. And so with that, let us end our discussion for today. What we discussed was about the research process. We also briefly discussed the research ethics, the rules on the research ethics concernment. And in our next meeting, malalaman natin kung magulo kasi yung modules. Diretso na siya week 6. Mag-ano na tayo next meeting? This meeting is full of negative. Sige lang, just await for instructions. Kung ano na yung topic natin next meeting. So anyways, thank you for listening, and by the way, do you have any questions? Type sa chat box kung may question. None, sir. Kung sa answer number one, ha, 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 ha. That is for you to find out. So, did you enjoy our activities today? Did you enjoy our lesson? Okay, so if you enjoyed what we did today, then thank you for your feedback. That means the effort I have done paid off. Okay, so you may now proceed with your respective modular instructions. Modular, also known as pamahaw. Okay, you may now go. Thank you for listening, dear students.